all homes have windows. All homes may have large windows, and when you divide a large window into smaller windows, each part of a window is called a pane. And in this window, the left pane is called the folders pane because all it has is folders. That's why it's called the folders pane. We do not see any files there. Now we look at the right side. The right side has folders and it has files. But when we deal with folders, we want to use the left pane only because it'll make your life so much easier. That's why it's called the folders pane. For this exercise, we're going to use the Documents folder to create all our items. So we're going to click on New Folder. We're going to type in Movie Categories because that is our main folder for this exercise. Now notice Movie Categories is going to appear in the Contents pane. But when we use it, we want to use the left-hand pane because that's called the Folders pane. Now notice there is an arrow pointing to the right. That means Documents has a subfolder. So we're going to click on that triangle so we see its subfolders. Notice we see My Documents, which also has subfolders. Again, we're going to ignore Movie Categories on the right side. We expand. That's what it's called when you hit the triangle. It's called expanding. Notice we see Movie Categories now. So we're going to highlight Movie Categories. Movie Categories does not have any subfolders. So we're going to click on New Folder. We're going to make subfolders to the Movie Categories, which we will not make them in order. So I'm going to make Children first. Now notice Children appears in the Contents pane because it's inside Movie Categories. I'm going to expand Movie Categories by clicking on the triangle. So now I see Children underneath Movie Categories. Now I'm going to click on New Folder again. And now you notice when I type in the name, watch what happens when I type in this name. Okay, I'm going to type in Drama. The moment I press Enter, Drama is going to now appear in the Folders pane, and it's going to appear in alphabetical sequence. Notice we have that black triangle pointing to the right side, which means the folder is expanded. Now I'm going to type in Action, which you see now is at the bottom. But the moment I press Enter, it jumps to the top. Again, I highlight Movie Categories. I want to keep highlighting Movie Categories every time I make a Movie Category subfolder. Okay, so I click on Movie Categories, make sure that's highlighted. And I'm going to click on New Folder again. I'm going to make my next folder in my list. I'm going to type Comedy in. So Comedy now pops in alphabetically where it belongs. Notice the black triangle pointing to the right, showing that that folder is expanded. I click on New Folder again. I'm going to make my Horror folder, which will be the last of the main folders. Press Enter. Horror will be in its correct place. Now notice Action, Children, Comedy, Drama are all indented underneath Movies because they are subfolders or children of the Movies folder.